Okay, good. Bill,
Oh,
are you ready?
Video can't show yet, just so you know.
Okay, so are you about ready to join us or? No, wow.
Yeah, there's the yoga group down there. Yeah, there they are. They're leaving. Say hi to the yoga group. World Tai Chi Day. Say hi to the yoga group that showed up.
Now, are they joining you, Bill, or did they just finish their practice?
Happened to be here today. Yeah, so I went and told them about World Tai Chi Day and how World Tai Chi Day and World Yoga Day had changed global consciousness.
Yes. Now, what day is World Yoga Day?
June 21st.
June 1st?
June 21st.
June 21st.
And the Gospel of Science second edition will be free on World Yoga Day as well as today on Amazon Kindle.
Wonderful. Now, are you going to lead a practice with Angela now?
Well, actually, what I was going to do is real quick I want to give all the Tai Chi and Qigong teachers here in Kansas City a chance to say hi. So here's Deb. So
wonderful.
We're looking for name. We're looking for name. You know how you ended up here. You know, real quick.
Hi, Angela.
We're not seeing you. We're seeing
you.
Angela. Let me flip this.
Look how many people they have that showed up. And this is where World Tai Chi and Qigong Day actually started, the physical place outside this beautiful museum.
Try that again. There we go. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Deb.
Hi. And Deb is our longtime teacher, assistant at our Shawnee Civic Center.
Yep. She does several styles. She does chin style too.
Yeah.
Bye, Deb. How's it going?
How you doing?
Your name?
Daniel Clegg. I work teach Tai Chi with the VA to the VA veterans.
Beautiful.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, we taught at the VA for a while, a few years back. That's great.
Hi, I'm James Wamala. I teach at Avenue 81. I'm off of Metcalf here in town, a little class in Adrian, the Saturday Tai Chi Friends, and also volunteer for the VA Hospital the last 6 years with my friend Daniel.
Beautiful.
6 form student style, 24 young style.
That's great.
Thank you, Bill.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful event.
Oh, thank you so much.
Stay connected, people.
Yeah, we'll do. Everybody. Here's Barb, the infamous Barb.
The infamous Barb. Well, thank you for that introduction. Now I have a reputation. Good to know. Halo, thank you.
Hey, Tai Chi teachers like that.
Oh, I teach at Advent Health, and Bill and
Medical Center, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It used to be Shawnee Mission Medical Center. I took over Bill's classes there.
Thank you,
I
Bob.
also teach mindful meditation, and I cover Bill's classes when he's out of town. So I'm at the Turning Point and other kinds of Leewood.
She's a godsend. She's always helping us through the tough times.
Barb's an angel.
Sally and Larry Gordon, and Bill forced us into this. 30 years ago we started, and we teach the Quantum Yang 64 moves at Johnson County Libraries, Isaac Apartments, and wherever else we are needed.
And you guys taught at Johnson County Community College for a while too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
For a long time.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, you guys.
I'm Tom Wilford. I teach at the KCK Public Library and the YMCA at 2 locations, Bonner Springs and KCK. And I'm also a student of Joe Wood.
Hey,
Joe.
Joe Wood here. I'm certified in Tai Chi under Richard Clear since 2015. I've got my black belt in Bushido Kan Karate.
Nice.
Got adult, youth, all ages classes through Johnson County Parks and Rec. I've got some Tai Chi classes through Mission, Kansas, and I'm online wood martial arts on YouTube and Patreon.
Nice.
Well,
Thank you. Thanks so much for being here.
Hi, I'm Monica Dietrich. I've been teaching Tai Chi at the Cleaver Family Y for, I guess, about 8 years now. And we do mostly Tai Chi for health style. But we also do a bit of Yang and a bit of Sin style too.
Thank you. Great.
Hi, I'm Sarah Stanmore, and I'm a fill-in at the Y, any of the Ys here on the Missouri side. But I also teach, my main teaching is at a program for seniors called Spark that's associated with UMKC.
Cool. Thank
Really
you.
nice.
Hi, I'm the other Bill. Bill has been trying to teach me Tai Chi for 31 years. I may get there yet, but it is the kindest thing I've ever done for myself.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Hey, Bill, how many World Tai Chi t-shirts do you have?
Oh, good 20 some.
He's got all the colors. And Bill helps us teach our classes for years. And he's also a fencing teacher. So it's been really fascinating seeing the overlap between fencing and Tai Chi, which is pretty profound. So now I'm going to segue over to the whole group. And then I think Barb's going to lead everybody through the short form. And then we'll break up and get exhibits from the different styles. So let me move back here where I can get a good camera angle. Oh, before we do that, I'm gonna pan. I'm just gonna pan. You guys want to do like a 1, 2, 3? Hello from Kansas City. Oh, okay. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. And you guys really finished it off really good there. Oh, okay. Angie's gonna take the camera and I'm gonna do the short form. I'll just do that here. All right. So here we go. So everybody just sinking into the horse stance. So feet about shoulder width apart. Just relaxing into the horse stance. And now we're sinking into the left leg. If we circle up, drop the right heel in, sink back, big hug, strike palm. Press the bird's tail, stroke that tail, roll off that heel. Let the upper body get kind of massaged as it relaxes. Breath in. Feel that sinking and that rooting and then the expansion of the green dragon rising from the water. So we expand out. And feel that sinking. Breath in. And feel that sinking. Breath in. And feel that sinking. And then that expansion and the unfolding of everything that we are. Breath in. Feel that sinking. Big breath in as we gather up all this energy. And then letting the eyes close as those big energy hands just wash right through everything that we are, cleansing us right into the receiving earth. Nice. Breath in as we come back up. Feel the sinking. And then on the in-breath, begin. Elbows, wrists, knuckles, everything very relaxed. Just letting that flow, flow. As we touch into the energy swirling around the whole planet today.
Hi. Good to see you. Hope it's warm there.
Bill's wearing a jacket, and you can see the back of the World Tai Chi and Qigong Day t-shirts,
Yeah.
which I'm not sure about the availability right now because usually they sell out before the date.
Siobhan, can you hear me?
Yes, Angela.
Okay. Yes, we are still taking orders till the end of the month in case people change their mind. And after seeing the beautiful artwork, people will continue to support our effort and order their
Excellent. We've had some questions about that already in chat about the t-shirts. So I'll go back and say to them that they're available. And for those of you in the Philadelphia area, did you notice a certain statue that Kansas City has? the Rodin thinker.
What is he thinking about? Is it World Tai Chi?
He's thinking, where do you get the chi?
Probably thinking what form I should do.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to do a little opening statement for World Tai Chi Day here.
Thank you.
This will just take a second. All right. So for anybody who hasn't heard this story a whole bunch of times, we started this World Tai Chi Day that's in over 100 countries now. Started right here on the South Lawn of the Nelson Atkins Museum 27 years ago. We organized for like 6 months. Yeah, that's right. We organized for like 6 months, and we were trying to get people to come down here and show up. And then we were bugging all the media, trying to get all the media to come down and show up. And then me and Angie got here in our van with our 2 kids that day, and there was nobody there. There was nobody here, just me and Angie. The first thing we thought was, I hope the media doesn't show up. But then people like you guys just started walking in from all different directions. And pretty soon we had 200 people. And what we did was we got everybody to spread out all across this lawn here. And so they looked like about 10,000 people. And so CNN picked it up, and then World Tai Chi Day was born. And then we just been scrambling for all these years to keep up. We had no idea that what we realized was that people all over the world had the same idea that we had. And that was that it was time for people to learn about this stuff, because it would solve most of our physical health problems, most of our social problems. And so now every year, the events start in New Zealand or Polynesia. And then as 10 a.m. expands around the planet, the World Tai Chi Day expands around like a sunrise. And it goes all the way through Asia and Africa and South and North America and ends in Hawaii. And this has been a transformative experience for me and Angela, because we've seen these photos and videos of people doing Tai Chi and Qigong all over the planet, and in countries that our media tells us that we're supposed to hate. And what we see when we look at these things is that we're all the same. We all look the same when we have that look on our face, when we go into that Tai Chi and Qigong experience. And it's the same all over the planet. And so the boundaries that are drawn don't mean anything to me and Angela anymore. And so our motto for all these years has been one world, one breath. And what's been exciting is the science has shown that when we come together for healing and connection, like on World Tai Chi Day, the science shows that it actually it creates a greater coherence in global consciousness. A Princeton engineering research director, they put computers all over the planet, the Global Consciousness Project, and they found that when on World Tai Chi Day, World Yoga Day, World Peace Meditation Day, it doesn't just affect the participants, because our consciousness doesn't stop at our body and our skull. The science shows that it creates greater coherence in global consciousness. And so as we do these things, we're actually contributing to the evolution of our planet. And as bad as things seem sometimes when you watch the news, it's good to keep in mind that actually the planet Earth is actually vastly less violent than it's ever been before, even with things that we don't approve of happening, violent things. And so that's good to keep in mind, because there is a progression. And violent crime rates in the United States and many countries around the world are at 40-year lows. And what the science shows is that when people practice these mind-body practices, which have spread around the planet for the last 40 years, it actually dramatically lowers the violent crime rates in the cities where you have just a very small percentage of high-level meditators. And so what we did, one of the things that we did with World Tai Chi Day was we realized that there are effective mind-body teachers all over the planet. And the science showed that if we can get more people practicing these practices, that it'll save society trillions of dollars in saved healthcare costs and saved social costs. We've seen prison programs where, the return to prison rate just drops through the floor when people are exposed to these kind of practices. So we could be healing our society on so many levels. And so me and Angie published a book that put all this science together, and it's called The Gospel of Science, Mind-Blowing New Science on Ancient Truths to Heal Our Stress Lives and Planet, second edition. And it's free all day today on Amazon Kindle. Now, when you go to Amazon Kindle, Amazon's really tricky. So when you go there to get the free book, don't click on the $0.00 thing that they offer on the top. There's one underneath it. If you click the one on top, you're signing up for their monthly thing. They're really tricky. So if you click the one underneath it, then you'll just get the Gospel of Science second edition free. And learning this science on the power of human consciousness and how mind-body is proven to kind of unleash that power of consciousness, it's life-altering. It's changed me and Angie's life on so many levels. And so that's why we give it away every World Tai Chi Day. And there it is. Thanks, George, or Siobhan. Yep, they're showing the book. Oh, yeah.
We thank Koa for all the IT work.
Koa, thank you so much. Yeah, Koa's behind the scenes there with Cheryl making all this happen too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just want to reminded me, I've got to thank Pueblo Tai Chi, who made that gorgeous World Tai Chi Day video that you opened this program with. So when we release this recording, you guys will be able to see the video we're talking about. But if you go on YouTube and look up Pueblo World Tai Chi and Qigong Day Pueblo Tai Chi, and
Bill, it's Dan Kimball.
Dan Kimball
from Arizona, I believe. Dan Kimball, and it's Old Pueblo Tai Chi.
Old Pueblo Tai Chi. All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you guys organize one of the teachers and the we'll go last.
Get the phone.
Okay, we're here.
Sorry about that.
Now, just so you know what we're doing here, Angie's going to invite different schools to come up and demonstrate their style, so everybody gets a chance to see different styles. And since everybody does the short form with us, we usually do our style last. Okay, so well, if you guys have any topics you wanted to discuss, one thing that I was thinking about earlier when I was listening to the program on the way here was, you guys were talking about about Tai Chi and Qigong as a physical rehabilitation. And in my hospital classes at the University of Kansas Health System, I've had people come up to me over the years and they've said, I got more out of, just a couple of months of this than I got out of 6 months of physical therapy. So, I'm not offering medical advice here, but I'm just saying, if you're in physical therapy, start doing Tai Chi and Qigong as well, because it can extraordinarily expand the benefits that you get from your rehab therapy.
By the way, Bill, we have started a program in North Carolina, in Tennessee, and also in New York, where with the 24 posture Qigong system, you can actually, PTs, NOTs can get CEUs. So for due date course, you can get 13 and a half.
And thanks to Bill Pickett, who will be joining us later. And I think he actually was viewing us for a while. I don't know if he's still on, but Bill Pickett actually obtained the CEUs, which we believe can be used in different states.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of states that actually will have a reciprocal situation with things like this. So you could take it from the qualifications of the 24 posture Qigong in the program from Tennessee to Arizona to different states all over. We have instructors all over the place. So,
Bill, were they doing passing clouds just now?
I think so. It's a different style, so I couldn't tell you for sure, but I think so. Yeah, me and Angie, we do the Wang Ping Yang style. And now, as you mentioned earlier, Angie does several of the Mulan styles too. But other than that, it's like my only exposure to other styles has pretty much been World Tai Chi Day and the conferences, NQA, National Qigong Association.
George, what does that look like to you? Is that Yang?
It looks more like Yang, yeah. So what's happened is there's so many. Right now, Yang 24, is the most popular one in the world. And that's that came out of, you know, a whole bunch of putting things together, making it simpler for people. But actually it was Madam Wang who actually did most of the development on that.
You're talking about your lineage.
Yeah, no.
And may I add, a woman.
Yes, the first female professor in the history of China, she was. And she was a world renowned coach, wushu coach and so on. It's very famous for the sword. I actually have a short video coming up from her doing one.
So she helped create the Yan style, which was, as you said, a much longer, the traditional 5 Chinese family styles are usually over 100 movements each. And then in the, I'm going to say in the 70s and 80s, people like Justin Stone, who did Tai Chi Chuan, developed our Tai Chi Cha, which is a 19 movements in a pose. And then other practices started shortening their forms because, I hope I don't get in trouble, the Americans need a quicker, you know, wanted a shorter movement, couldn't practice for many years, more than 100 movements. So that's why they got shortened.
What had happened was, back when there's just the 5 families, major families, they're all named. Yang was a family name, Chen was a family name, Sun was a family name, and so on. So the government after the revolution decided, well, that's not even, that's not communism. So no more names. They can't, value themselves more than everybody else because they're famous. So they said, now they came out with Form 24, Form 42, and first it came up with 48, and then they changed it to 42. So all numbers, no names. So once that happened, that opened the door for any Tai Chi practitioner to make up their own form.
I did not know that part of that history. Thank you.
Yeah. Before that, it was just that. So I did my own form, short form, and there's just
one thing that took a lot of pressure off of me was when I read Ken Cohen's book, The Way of Qigong, and he, sometimes students would ask me, about different kinds of Qigong methods or things that I didn't know about. And so as a teacher, you kind of, when you start teaching, you think you're supposed to know everything or you're not allowed to teach. Ken Cohen said that in his book, he said there's 6,000 forms of Qigong. So I tell my students, I don't know them all. I don't know 6,000 of them.
Yeah, nor do you. And that was my little part of trying to get some humor in, that Qigong's like an egg. Because there's many different ways you can cook it. There's many different styles of Qigong, but it's still Qigong.
Yeah, that's right.
It's still an egg. So there's not, they all do pretty much the same thing. Some will work more on the organs, some work more on the joints, some work more on this, that. But when it gets down to it, it's mostly the same. And then you have the energy Qigong. We're actually building Qi.
Yeah.
That's kind of a
nurturing the Qi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing too, you were talking about something earlier about circulation. And I think what sets mind body apart, and I think yoga can be done this way as well. It all depends on how it's taught. But if we do it in that song, that wu way, that effortless way where everything is relaxing all the time, I think it's that relaxed motion that causes that deep circulation to expand, because science shows nothing comes close to Qigong as far as improving microcirculation. Right. And then also when you're going through your Qigong and Tai Chi forms, you're also milking your lymph system. And it's all because the body's relaxed. So when we're at the gym and lifting weights, and we're straining, or whatever we're doing, physical exercise that's straining, we're not getting that deep microcirculation, and we're not getting the lymph system milked. And also the other thing too is that we're not cleansing the lactic acids from the deep skeletal muscles, because when we do mind-body practices in a relaxed way, in that song way, we're kind of cleansing those deep skeletal muscles of those lactic acids, because those lactic acids cause anxiety, and they're also caused by anxiety. And so I think it's this slow, gentle approach to this. And so that's why all the styles and all the grandmasters, we had all the grandmasters of the Chinese main families at the international conference in Nashville, Tennessee, many years ago. And they all put their arms around each other and they all said all Tai Chi styles all offer the same benefits. And I think it's that slow and also mindful. You were talking about earlier, George, about the heart-centered consciousness. And that's why this heart math, and I did want to mention that today we're dedicating this 2026 World Tai Chi Day to Dr. Roland McCratty, the lead researcher at Heart Math Institute. And you all saw a Heart Math Institute video earlier because of their research on the profound power of heart-centered consciousness. And so when we go into these slow, gentle, mindful practices, being aware of our breath and the sensations of the body, we're going into heart-centered consciousness. And then also we wanted to dedicate this year to Master Li Zhengfeng because he was one of the greatest Kung Fu coaches in Chinese history, Kung Fu history, and Jet Li was one of his students. But when he discovered Qigong, he gave it all up. He walked away from that incredible career, and he spent his life teaching how what his daughter in the documentary Quantum Chi said is she said Qi is love of the universe. Because when we go into that flow state, that meditative alpha state, that flow state of Tai Chi and Qigong, that Wu Wei, we're letting go of everything that we are. And then what happens is we remember that we're connected to everything.
Bill, I wish you had heard Robert Peng this morning because you're echoing how he demonstrated the Chinese medical theory of the effortlessness. And how that expands. He did the 4 rings of a circle. So you're echoing what he said, and we hope you can watch that. We're getting close to time, Bill, where we have to move on. Is there anything else? I know you're going to join us later, but is there anything else right now you would like to share with us in just a minute or two?
Yeah, just one last thing is I just want to so much thank everybody all around the world who participates in this every year. And with the motto, one world, one breath. And the science shows we're actually increasing the coherence of consciousness for the entire planet. And how do we do it? We do it by playing, by coming together and connecting and playing, for health and goodwill. And so this is a powerful, powerful thing. Tai Chi changes the world. Not the way that we think of. It's more like the wind and the rain. It flows through all the crevices with this feeling of enjoying our existence on this planet. And that's such an important thing to spread around the planet. With all the things that are going on, yes, they're going on. And the reason that they're happening less is because we all reject that violence. It's not human nature. Violence is not human nature. And these kind of practices unfold that realization. But when we do these things together, the science shows we're actually changing the coherence of global consciousness in a really beautiful and positive way. And World Yoga Day will do that on June 21st. And tomorrow we're going to be on Healing Our Earth, which is an international UK-India-based yoga organization. So we're melting the boundaries between mind-body practices like we just did, George just did with the Tai Chi and the Qigong. Same thing with the yoga and the mindfulness and the mind-body. Dr. Herbert Benson at Harvard laid the research out. We're all sisters of the same family. And if we can get all of these teachers into public education all over the world, we're going to see a transformation of humanity that we can't even dream of the impact of yet.
Well, by the way, one other quick point. If you want to see what it's like, totally relaxed with the Wu Wei when somebody's doing Tai Chi, 3 o'clock hour, we have Grandmaster Simon Hugh doing Chen form, long Chen form. You want to see some... He just flows like water. But anyway, thanks, Bill.
Yeah, no problem.
Showing up.
Could I
Love
get
the video?
Could I get the gang to say goodbye from Kansas City, real quick?
Sure.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Real quick.
Put the camera. Okay, they're signing us off. They got to move on to other events, but we're going to get on camera here in a second. Let me know when.
I love that thinker in the background.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys seeing us?
Yes, and
Yeah.
what a beautiful day.
Hey, you guys want to do a 1, 2, 3 goodbye from Kansas City?
Say chi.
Well, no, we're still here. We're still here, but you guys, the podcast is going somewhere else. Yeah, we're still. Yeah. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Goodbye from Kansas City.
Thank you, Bill and Angela. They'll be coming back with us later on, and actually in about an hour or less. And so we have a testimonial from Jill. I believe
Yes.
that's up next.
What a sweetheart she was.
Aw.
Hi, this is Marilyn Pickard. I'm George Pickard's sister, and I'm an instructor of 24 posture and other forms of Qigong here in Kingston. And I am absolutely excited and blessed to be talking to one of my all-time favorite students, Jill Harris. So Jill, just remind people of how old you were when you started and what that was like for you when you first started.
I was 80 when I first started, and I started because I really needed to exercise, and I found that doing Qigong, 24 postures sounded a little intimidating, but 24 postures are very easy to learn, easy to do. They're repetitious, and you get to do them without thought very quickly. So you can concentrate on your energy rather than what do I do next, because it's very easy to do.
So you started when you were 80 years old. Were you scared or nervous about being able to do it correctly or being able to follow the people who were younger than you?
Oh, I was, yes, in the beginning, but you were very welcoming. You made it very easy. And I looked forward to coming 3 times a week, which I did for a long time.
And so how old are you now?
88.
And so you've been doing it for
7 years, because I started with the exercise program.
So can you tell me, I mean, I've watched you and I've seen the changes, but on a personal level, from your perspective, what have been the changes physically or emotionally or mentally that you've noticed over the last 7 years?
Well, I think I'm certainly retained my flexibility. I've become less stressed. I love being in a group where you share the energy, and I find that revitalizes me. Sharing energy is a wonderful part of Qigong.
Do you do it every day?
I do some every day. I don't always do the 24 postures, but I do some Qigong every day as part of my day.
And so what you're saying is every single day you're doing some form of Qigong?
Yes.
And why do you do that?
Because I love it. It's good for me, and I love it, fortunately. Yeah.
And so would you say that it's kept you sharp, or I know you're 88, you still drive your own car. What other benefits has your family noticed anything?
Yeah, I think so. Although they look at me sometimes as an 88-year-old, which I don't feel, and that's probably something nobody feels at their age.
And so if you were to meet a person on the street who just said, I've never heard of that word Qigong, what would you tell them it is?
I would say, watch me. I'd get into some of the postures and then say, now, isn't that easy? Wouldn't you like to do that every day? Go talk to Marilyn.
And you said that you taught me something the other day, that you had a mantra that you use, and then we introduced that mantra in class today. Can you, would you be able to share that with us right now? Because it's so fantastic, and I know it's going to help a lot of people.
I've always found it difficult to let go, and so I've been trying to concentrate on letting go. One thing I found was if I did the breath of life said love, joy, gratitude, peace, forgive, forget, let go, then I was letting go much more than I did otherwise.
So when you say let go, does that mean you don't worry like you used to, or you don't want to control things like you used to?
I don't want to control things. I mean, everybody worries every now and again, but I'm much more able to say, if it happens, it happens. I let go the need to control something happening.
And have you let go, since you've been doing Qigong, of maybe old belief systems or old feelings that you were harboring? Did some of those just suddenly dissolve?
Yes, I don't think of the past half as much as I used to.
Would you say you used to have some anger that's gone?
Definitely.
Any others? Any other feelings?
I don't know, Marilyn.
Because we know that Qigong releases tension, and the point I'm making is, for you, what I've seen in you is a deep level of relaxation and just being able to flow with your life. When you first started, I didn't notice that in you so much. Would you say that?
I didn't have it.
Right.
I told you, I think, right in the beginning that I was a control freak.
Right.
And I'm not now. Definitely not. And I mean, what have I been doing in the meantime? I've been doing Qigong.
Well, you're a brilliant example of what daily Qigong practice does for people. You know, you've developed a level of relaxation, a level of inner peace, a level of just allowing yourself to flow. And look at your state of health at 88. You're in phenomenal shape. You're driving your car. Your mind is sharp. And I think probably, would you say that part of that is a result of the Qigong practice?
I think a lot of that. I would think Qigong has had a great influence on my life. Definitely. I would really encourage anyone who's given it any thought at all to get involved. It's wonderful.
And it's easy.
Yes.
Well, thanks so much, Jill, for being here and for talking to me. I really appreciate it. This is my very first interview, and I can't imagine doing it with anybody else other than you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Well, interesting. See, and again, I wanted to have a little chat about why testimonials. Why do we do testimonials? And you know, these people aren't actors like the commercials you see on TV or in the social media. They're just too polished. And we have real people. So, and to me, it's that there's somebody out there like Jill's age who was suffering from the same things Jill was. And now she's not. And the person who is can change that. I mean, your back pain, so many people that's why I wrote a book called Walk Away from Back Pain. But we actually did a case study, Dr. Joe and I, published in PubMed. And we showed to all these people, yet people have back problems, and sometimes they just prefer to stay on the medication and hurt. I don't know if it's from fear or non-belief. What do you think?
Well, are you saying why they hesitate to do a class or to do a form?
Well, that's why I do a free class every now and again. It's like, listen, come and try it.
Yeah.
You may experience something different.
I think sometimes people, if it's new or different, or they're not,
yeah, we're good.
They haven't done it before, they're hesitant. I think there's, it could be a fear of failure also for some people. And I constantly tell my students that you don't have to be at teacher level to get the benefits.
Right.
You don't have to be moving like a swan to get the benefits.
Well, you can't really do them wrong, but you can do them better, unless you put yourself, in harm's way. Anyway, just thought we'd touch on that. So now we have Mr. Bill Pickett. And
The wonderful Mr. Bill Pickett.
yeah, he's a good old boy. I like him. He's a good friend too. So let's hear from him.
Well, here we are, Mr. Pickett. It's good to see you, sir. You're a good friend.
Thank you, my
fine
friend.
teacher. And I'm a fine judge of character.
You're a gentleman and a scholar, and there are dang few of us left, sir.
Yeah, I think most of the world is crazy except you and I. I'm not too sure about you.
Yeah, there've been doubts in my life too.
Oh, we do have fun. Anyway, it's good to have you on, and the reason being, you have something really amazing that's going on here for particularly PTs and OTs, but also any students that are out there for different things. But you were able to develop a 24 posture therapeutic Qigong program, which we have here at the village, that you actually can hand out CEUs. It goes beyond that. Could you just explain a little bit about that, please?
Sure, be glad to. It all started about 3 years ago, and I decided that I wanted to try to submit the 24 Postures Therapeutic Qigong for PT CEU credits. Now, in Tennessee, PTs have to have 30 continuing hours of CEU credits every 2 years. And so doing the research is that most of the recommendations that I had from physical therapists that I talked to said that a 2-day course that offered 13 and a half, that was about the max hours of credit that we could do for a 2-day class, was 13 and a half contact hours. And that would satisfy almost 1/2 of a physical therapist's CEU requirements that they have to have every 2 years. Now, keep in mind, every state is different. I've investigated North Carolina and I've investigated Tennessee, and we have the 24 Postures Therapeutic Qigong approved in both states for CEU credits for physical therapists and physical therapy assistants. So, I'm not a PT. I'm not a medical person. I've had no medical education other than CPR and first aid, but I am a Qigong teacher and I'm a Tai Chi teacher with close to 40 years experience, and we know this works and we know how it works, and the credibility of the village is backed by Dr. Joe Baumgardner, who's a doctor of physical therapy. So when I put this course together, I actually developed the schedule, the syllabus that was going to be taught. I developed all of the course materials, all of the testing materials, pre-test, post-test, everything that was needed to be approved by the Tennessee Physical Therapy Association. And it is approved for the 13.5 hours. Now, it's quite a bit of paperwork that you have to put together to do this, but it's not impossible. And I have all of the information that I submitted for the state of Tennessee. So, and here's the deal, is that if it's approved in Tennessee, there are many, many other states that are reciprocal with Tennessee. And so physical therapists from other states, like, for instance, I've had physical therapists from Alabama, Kentucky, North Carolina, other surrounding states of Tennessee, even out in Colorado. I've had physical therapists that attend and use the CEU credits for their particular states. So again, each state is different, but we also have the capability that if we have certified instructors in other states, those certified instructors can apply for the same credits with their state physical therapy boards. And most times the paperwork is very similar that people would have to do. And I'll be glad to supply people with the initial information that I used to get Tennessee, and most likely it could be modified to actually be used in other states. Mm-hmm. That's one possibility. Another possibility is that when I submit my course every year to the state of Tennessee, I usually submit a list of approved instructors who can issue the CEU credits. So that's a possibility also for other certified instructors of 24 Postures Therapeutic Qigong, that if they actually wanted to issue these CEU credits that I have approved in the state of Tennessee. In their own states, they could actually be approved to do so.
The course is actually approved also in New York State, as through Joe Baumgarten in the village there.
Right.
So in some are reciprocal, I understand, some states, and some are a little more sticky. But yeah,
the current situation is that there's no national governing board for physical therapists. They actually pass it down to the state level. Now, many of those state level courses are approved by the national board, therefore they're easy to get reciprocals in other states, easier to get reciprocals. But by the same token is that most PTs can submit the course material that I can furnish them with the syllabus, the bios of the instructors, the layout of the course, the schedule, the number of hours that they spend on each topic. All of that information is available for PTs to be able to submit to their own state boards for reciprocal approval.
also there's also so much research on this, from balance to backs to ease to hips to everything. So it's a good program. Well, that's great. Siobhan, you?
I wanted to thank Bill for putting this all together, because when I was in corporate America, I used to submit for CEUs for nurses, and it can get quite intense. You've done the bulk of the work, so kudos to you for spreading the word and getting this out there. And the CEU credits are, high in demand for different specialties. So thank you.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, and there's other instructors around in different states, like you say, that could get this thing rolling so that PTs don't have to travel across the country. They can go right there, and they've got all the research and everything to go with it. So
yeah, and by the way, the course is approved online as well as live in person.
Really?
So I can actually issue. Yeah, I forgot to mention that it's actually approved for online training as well. So for a 2 days. A 2-day Zoom class, I can issue the same CEUs.
That's big news.
That is big news, especially for PTs and OTs.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Pickett, you surprise me every single time. Thanks so much for joining us and coming on. And we'll see you soon.
Thank you to both of you for putting this together. This has been, it's such an effort. I cannot imagine the work that's gone into doing this between you, Cheryl, Juan. This is all, it's been amazing.
Yeah. No, you can't.
I've kind of dabbled around a little bit on the background with you and heard some of what you've been going through. So it's amazing, brother. My hats off.
Four of us put it together. We're quite a team. So
very good.
It worked out well. Anyway, sir, I won't keep you any longer. Thank you again so much for coming on. I look forward to seeing you and speaking with you soon.
Thank you.
Be well.
Very good.
All right.
Goodbye. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Sean.
See you later.
Yep. Bye-bye.
George, Bill is on with us still as an attendee.
Is he?
Yes, he is. Do we have a minute to bring him on?
If I only knew how to do that.
Okay, so
Let me ask.
Bill, you're allowed to talk now. Bill, are you still with us? I put him on allowed to talk.
Hey, Siobhan.
Oh, I meant the other Bill Pickett. Hi, Angela.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll sign out.
They're still listening to us, George.
Yeah, you have to say Bill D or Bill P as in Peter.
Well, now I know. All
right, I'll sign off. Talk to you guys
Bill
later.
Pickett stepped outside before you asked him to come on. So.
Is this Mrs. Pickett?
Yes.
I would
Howdy.
know that voice anywhere. How are you, Linda?
Doing well. We just celebrated World Tai Chi Day in the park.
There you go. Yeah, we should have cameras up there.
Oh, hey, I've got some videos, but I don't know how. I'm not a techie person.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah. So are we going now to South Africa?
I do believe the inn, South Africa Inn. Yes, they are. Here we go.
How exciting. We're all over the world today.
The art of Tai Chi. practiced by nearly 250 million people worldwide as a defense training, but also for its health benefits. Every year, the world celebrates Tai Chi and Qigong Day and hopes to raise awareness to its health benefits. Tai Chi is believed to boost the immune system, slow the aging process, lower high blood pressure, relieve stress, and improve balance and coordination, conditions that many South Africans are battling with.
Tai Chi is so important that what we have in South Africa now, people are suffering because of health, especially the youth, diabetes, joint pains. And nowadays, they can't even keep up with the cost. In South Africa now, we have a problem with health. If people can learn to do a wellness exercise and be more in the outside, in the open air. So I do think that Tai Chi is very important in South Africa.
Mankind's got lazy. We sit down too much. We're closing our chest. We're playing with cell phones. What we're now doing today is teaching people, taking them back to the roots, educating them, the simple, uncomplicated of systems of Tai Chi, that anybody can do it. Any person, whether you're black, white, pink or blue, it's got no religion. It's not political. It's just a self-enriching form, and everybody benefits from it.
On this day, hundreds of cities spanning 80 nations, people came together to breathe together and provide a healing vision for our world.
First of all, it's uniting the world. It's a common cause today. It's a World Peace Day. So it's not just a healing day today. It's bringing nations across the globe together, uniting the world together. We're hoping to go to over 100 countries streaming. There are hundreds of countries taking part. I'm personally hoping that we can actually break 1 billion people witnessing World Tai Chi today, from New York, New Zealand, across to Hawaii. More people that see what Tai Chi is about, more people want to get involved in Tai Chi.
And in South Africa, the message of this art was heard loud and clear.
I think it can help us in terms of our health, since South Africa struggles from diabetes and heart problems and blood sugar levels. So I think it can help the older and younger generation to feel way younger than they usually are.
The sports has actually died down. We now experiencing a lot of unhealthy lifestyles. Exposure to Tai Chi can help a lot of people to reap the benefits that Tai Chi brings. Tai Chi teaches you self-discipline, healthy lifestyles, and also to respect others and nature. So if we all live with those principles, there can be peace in the world.
According to the Harvard Medical School, Tai Chi might well be called medication in motion. I can say after joining in that the practice is so accommodating and energizing that one does feel the immediate health benefits, be it physical or emotional. Julie Shara, CCTV, Johannesburg, South Africa.
Wow. That was something. I mean, it's really growing. And, you know, people around the world have many of the same illnesses that we suffer from in the West and North America. Diabetes and so on. It's time.
I wanted to say how beautiful that was, and just to point out to people when they were doing that, that was animal play Qigong, which is fun for adults as well as children. So you're actually, you know, like imitating, I think that was deer that they were doing. And then also when they had the stick, that was Tai Chi ruler.
Yeah.
And when I first heard the word Tai Chi ruler, I thought it meant emperor. And then it was literally, George, a ruler, like, right? And I was like, oh, I didn't know they had that style. So
they do.
Like we said, there's so many different styles out there. Are we going to Brazil now?
Yes. Yep, we've got the video. Here we go.
That was great.
Yeah.
I
You know
hope.
what I find interesting about all these videos? There is no competition. There's people from all over the world doing whatever style of Tai Chi or Qigong that they're doing, and they're just doing it for good health, and they want to participate with like brothers and sisters around the world. We don't care what style you do. It's like, the old school, the old joke that, how many Qigong people does it take to change a light bulb, or Tai Chi people? One. The other 99% say that's not the way we do it at our school.
And
So,
Bill's comment, one world, one breath.
mhm.
It just speaks to that. And I'd like to point out for the men who are just starting out with the practices, you see the power that the men are doing in these forms, but they're also relaxing. They're relaxing their wrists. They're relaxing their fingers. So there's that yin yang, the relaxing, the power. I think it's different to see a woman and a man doing the forms, and I just
Yeah.
wanted to point to that, George.
Men seem to be a little more shy about doing this. They think, oh, it's silly, They just don't understand. But it does keep them healthy, keeps their joints relaxed, and they'll get you on eventually.
Yeah.
So, so listen, we're only got a couple of minutes left. We can chat.
Aren't we on time and doing fairly well? Like so far?
Listen, I can't believe this. The people don't know. We did this in about a month and a half. And so I mentioned earlier, the idea came up, and I mentioned to my coach, and he says, "That's a great idea." He says, "Do it for 12 hours. Oh, yeah. Then I did it 4. I sent it back. And he says, "You don't understand. You're doing it for 12 hours. I don't want to hear any more." Just like that. And that's how we got the 12 hours.
And then you asked me to help, and I don't know why I said okay to the 12 hours.
Yeah, I know.
Cheryl.
Surprise. And Cheryl, oh my goodness, she's worked so hard on this.
Can we bring her and Koa back in to thank them again, please?
No, not right now. I think they're gonna have a bite to eat.
Oh, are
So,
they
the
making
next
lunch
hour.
for you, George?
No, no, they're not. Anyway, so yeah, they both did a fabulous job. 4 people put on 12 hours, and you contacted a lot of people, and they wanted to come on. I think next year this would be super better. Same
We
format.
have,
But we have
I think we have close to 30 different speakers, videos from all over the world. We just want to stress that these practices with a teacher who has experience, not one that took a weekend workshop and claims
thank
that
you.
they're a teacher. George and I have this issue with that, with these quick workshops. But if you have a experienced teacher, they can modify the form to fit your ability. I cannot
absolutely.
stress that enough. You can do this seated, standing. George and I have taught in brain injury rehab centers and senior centers. I had one lady in a jerry bed, and all she could do was move one arm. And we were able to work with her and have her use her imagination. So an experienced teacher, George has over 30 years, I have close to 30 years. We're here to help and stress. Please don't fall for some of the misads that are out there that you can just do something in 10 minutes a day and you'll lose massive amounts of weight. Unless you starve yourself, I don't think there's a way that that can happen. You want a serious, experienced teacher that can help you with your different abilities.
If you think you're going to do something in 24 days or 30 days, you can improve your health substantially, but it's really a consistency. Consistency is more important than dosage. So if you did 10 minutes a day, every day, as opposed to an hour and a half, 1 day a week, the consistency is much better, and you'll see it grow. And
Yes.
you can't, people make promises that they can't can't back up.
And we don't know who is behind this, whether it's like a AI generated,
It's
we
just
don't
money.
know.
Yeah, yeah. It's a money thing. It's like anything else on right now online. There, people can sell anything, and I mean, look at the ads. You must get a bunch of ads in your phone, and I get a bunch of all selling something. And my experience is most of them weren't legitimate.
And I also like to point out that when yoga came to this country, this is my understanding, they stressed more the asanas, the poses, and there was this whole cultural eating as well as philosophy and how to live your life yoga, that whole lifestyle was taken away. And when we teach the Tai Chi, we're giving you the background, the research behind these movements. It's a whole history and culture, and explaining you're going to meet Dr. Gail Hubach later, who's going to talk about the 8 extraordinary vessels. There's very few teachers who know what they are or even what they are. And so that's why you really want to find a seasoned teacher to give you the whole picture, not just one little part of it.
I prefer to, what I found is giving a little bit at a time along the way is more important. Particularly in North America, people are sick. They come to you. So I heard this Qigong is good. So yeah, well, it's got these 5 elements. I don't care. I just want to get better. Can you help me? And then slowly you add a little piece on it, because it's more the seekers look for the energy and all kinds of
You
5
have to
elements, the deep stuff.
speak to your demographic and where they are in the program. So I'm not going to bring up the 8 extraordinary vessels to someone who just walked into the class. But as they progress, they want a teacher that understands these things. The ones that want more.
And that's where we are. By the way, Joe, when yoga became popular in America and in North America, Woodstock.
Real? I thought it was the Beatles.
Woodstock 69.
Woodstock. Really?
Were
they doing yoga at Woodstock?
Oh yeah. Watch the movie. They're all sitting around doing yogic breathing. I mean, they were the hippies.
Really?
Yes. You can see it right in there.
Okay, George, I have to ask this. Were you at Woodstock?
No, but I came close.
Really?
I was 15 at the time, 69. So I was going to take off with a friend of mine. We were just going to go.
How did people hear about it?
Oh, just on the radios, and you'd hear.
Because we didn't have the internet back then.
No, we had 2 tin cans tied together with a string.
Yes, because it's amazing how they all swarmed on that one farm, and they didn't have the internet or cell phones back then.
It was word of mouth. Word of mouth went through that community like wildfire. Like, I was one of those hippies. I was just a younger one.